Hello everyone and welcome. This video is going to be a guide on the Arc Raiders workshop and how to get all of your stations max level as quick as possible. We're discussing some good tips and the best ways to go about it. So I've just hit wipe, they've all reset, and I'm in the same boat as you watching this video. Probably we need to get them unlocked and upgraded. It'll all be in one video today. So if you need a timestamp, they'll be down below in the video description to skip to wherever you need help with. So we're going to click on the install button and we can see 6 stations. We've got the explosive station, gear bench, gunsmith, medical lab, the refiner, and the utility station. Now just to install them is very easy. So we won't be spending much time here, like for the explosive station, chemicals and arc alloy. Then we've got plastic parts and fabric for the gear bench. We got metal parts and rubber parts for the gunsmith, fabric and arc alloy for the medical lab, metal parts and arc power cells for the refiner, and plastic parts and arc alloy for the utility station. I'm going to go ahead and install all of these now. You get most of these resources from Scrappy, so yeah, just keep on claiming those resources. And as for the power cells and arc alloys, just kill arc. You'll find them very easily. So now we have them all installed, we're now going to go and level them all up. Now, as for the workbench, this is level 1 and doesn't go any higher. So that's done already. Your workbench is from the game start and you're good with that. Nothing needs doing. We're now going to go from left to right and level all these up to max. I'm going to start with the explosives station. So we're currently at level 1. If we click on level up in the top corner here, we need these items to take it to level 2. We need synthesized fuel, 3 of those. We need crude explosives and we need pop triggers. Now, some of these items through this guide will be quite rare to find. Some will be quite common. I will advise as we go which are rare, which are common, give you some good locations if needed. And we'll focus on some quieter locations as well for players that like to PvE rather than PvP. So if you don't need to go to a PvP hot area, you won't need to. So let's start with the synthesized fuel. I just go and grab 2 of these myself. So just by looking at items, they will tell you where you can find them. Now this can be found in Exodus. So if you want to go and loot it, you're going to have to loot Exodus locations. And one I can think of off the top of my head is we go to play and go to Stella Montis. If we inspect that map, and we'll just go to the top layer here, you can see the assembly area is an Exodus location. So you'll find some in this area if you're looking to go and loot them and get them out. However, there's an easy way to get these. If you just go to the traders and go to Celeste, you can purchase them. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Just going to buy the 2 for 28 seeds that I need. And just like that, I'm good. So I highly recommend just buying them for seeds and getting that one done nice and easy. So we can go and be ready for that now. Now, crude explosives is next. We need to have 5 crude explosives. And honestly, these are going to be very common. You'll come across these all the time and you can find them in industrial and security areas. So quickly go in and find one of these. I'm sure you've come across them. Before beginners, we're going to go to Damp Battlegrounds here. We're going to inspect the map, and like we said, it's going to be an industrial or an electrical area. We do have an industrial area right in the center here, the primary facility. You're going to find a ton of them here, but you can find them anywhere. You'll come across these all of the time. So here we've just found some crude explosives. I found it in one of these breachable containers. Doesn't need to be that though. You can literally find them anywhere. They'll appear in lockers, drawers. They'll appear just like open loot, like on top of things. They'll appear anywhere. But we're right kind of like in the loading bay here, a primary facility. And the reason I'm showing you this area as well, just because there's going to be a few things you can find here along the way. It's a great area to search for things like this. But yeah, also pops. The next thing that we need is to kill pops to get the item off the pop. If you do go around this area and start heading inside, there is a good chance that you'll find pops here as well. But we're going to show you an even better location for pops next. For the pop triggers, we need 5 of them, and you will run into pops a lot. They're a common arc enemy inside our buildings. But if you want to farm these very efficiently, you want to either use Buried City or I'd say Blue Gate or even Stella Montis. You run into so many in these areas, but Buried City is what I like to use because at Buried City you can find them inside of like Grandioso apartments, any of the buildings that you go in, to be honest with you. The space travel building, research building, hospital, but even on the extractions, when you go to one of the train stations to get on the extraction, you're normally greeted by a load of pops there as well. So just use the buried city map. I'm just going to head to the hospital now and show you how many we can get at just that one location. So with that early raid, we spawned right next to the hospital. We're just going through the main entrance here on the north side, near where the extraction is. And we always get greeted with pops here. If we don't have any pops, there's something wrong. You do need to be careful. I did say I'd show you like locations that weren't hot for PvP. This is a hot area. People love coming here. There's great loot, but there's so many areas on this map that you can go. You have to come here. But normally we are greeted with some pops right away. There don't seem to be any at the minute though. I'm not seeing one, so we're gonna head upstairs. There you go. So there's one pop. You are gonna find fireballs here as well, so be careful of them. But yeah, you're just looking for these pop triggers. Bring in a safe pocket if you need to. They also got some crude explosives on them, so maybe you could farm these at the same time. Here we are, just taking an extraction. It's the one at the hospital. 2 pops on the way. I mean, you do hit an extraction on Buried City if you do need more. It's sometimes just worth checking the other side. 1 for players, but 2 for more pops. But it's not on this occasion, so we're just going to get out, bank them, and grind some more. Once you have the requirements for the pop triggers, crude explosives, and synthesized fuel, we can level the explosive station up. And it's now going to be level 2. We now want to get to level 3 though. And for level 3, we need to find laboratory regiments, explosive compounds, and we need rocketeer drivers, which is going to be the most difficult. Now, we'll start with the explosive compounds because these, again, are quite common. Not as common as the crude explosives, but you can find them in the same sort of area where you found the crude explosives. So for the explosive compound, if you want to farm areas like where I've shown you on Damn Battlegrounds at the primary facility, you will find some there. On the run where I got the clipper, I found the crude explosives. I actually picked up one of these there. But any industrial area, you see this is industrial, there's other industrial areas like the Dome Complex on Dam, across any of the maps, you will come across these without even searching for them, to be honest with you. They're not as common, like I said, but they are quite common. You will pick them up. So I'm going to show you any clip for that one. Search areas like that though, and you will find them. Now the laboratory regiments, these are going to be found in medical areas. So that location I just shown you then on Buried City at the hospital is going to be a great location to get these. But there are other locations, so let's have a look. If we go to Damn Battlegrounds, you have a medical area in the research and administration building. I know it's not got medical on the map, and it's a hot zone as well, but if you go upstairs there's like a medical area where you can find stuff like this. You can also find them over in the testing annex. You can see this is a medical area, so this is going to be a good area to find them. On Buried City, like I said, the hospital is going to be a real good building to find these. This is where I'd go to hospital and just search through this area. You might not always find them inside of loot containers, but they'll just be out in the open and you'll just see them just ready to pick up. Make sure you're taking a safe pocket because these are quite rare to drop. It might take a few goes at finding these, but if you want a location that is outside of like a hot loot zone where there's going to be likely opportunity to bump into players, then sticking with the Buried City map, there is a medical area that's outside of a hot zone. It's at Piazza Arbusto. There's a pharmacy in this area. You can see that the loot value is medium, but it's not highlighted on the map, and it's a lot more quieter. So we're going to head to this area here, and I'm going to take you to a pharmacy where you can try your luck also. So right in front of me is the pharmacy. You can see this says Pharmacia. This is a great location to try and find them, which is a little bit off the beaten track. This is my location here, right near the metro entrance, just underneath that supply medical station there. We'll head to this building, and with a bit of luck, you'll get them to drop here. You'll know if no one's been here because you've got to breach open the door. And if you want to be extra safe, just make sure you close the door behind you. And you can bring a blocker with you and block the door as well if you want to do that. Now, it does not guarantee spawn of these. We're going to have a look around. You will get medical supplies here. The other locations I've mentioned to you will be better. But there is a chance they can spawn here. It is a medical area, so just look on these shelves. Just got some antiseptic. We might need that later, so it's worth picking that up. And we're just going to check all these shelves to see if we can find what we're looking for. And there we go. Laboratory fragments. We're going to take them. We got one just like that. Put that in the safe pocket. And I only need one more. But a great location. You know where to look now. You just need to find 3 of these in total in order to level up. Once you have your laboratory regents, now I think I'm pronouncing it right, we've just got the Rocketeer drivers to do. And this is going to be the hardest one to get this leveled up to max level. We're going to show you a nice way that I like to kill Rocketeers, though, which doesn't cost too much to go in. And, you know, the biggest risk about this is that you're going to give away your location, people come and gank you and things like that. So you want to make sure you go in with a good loadout with a safe pocket. So if you do get a hold of the driver, it can go straight into your safe pocket. So even if you do die, you can get straight out. And I'll show you how I like to do this. Now, a loadout like this will be enough. An anvil with 2 stacks. 1 stack should be enough, but take 2 stacks just to make sure. I'm just taking a light shield with that augment. Doesn't really matter what you go down. Obviously, a medium shield would be better, but taking plenty of healables. So I've got 5 shield recharges. We've got 10 bandages there because there's a chance the Rocketeer is going to hit you. But yeah, a loadout like this will be enough to get the Rocketeer killed. You just got to hope players leave you to it. And you can see I've got the safe pocket there. Now, location I like to use, you can kill a Rocketeer on any map. There's 2 locations I like to use, to be honest with you. There's one on Damn Battlegrounds, but once you kill it, it's a bit more difficult to get to because we're going to be using high elevated areas and the Rocketeer might drop down and you've got to get to it to loot the driver. So my favorite location is Spaceport. And where we want to head to is the launch towers. It is a high loot area. The later in the round, the better, because it's probably already been looted and players won't go there and players would have extracted. So if you've got like 10 minutes left on the clock, that'll be enough time and you have the least amount of players in the server. So hopefully you'll be left alone to it. So there's a few tips there to make it a bit easier, but this location is perfect. Okay, so being here on a matriarch can be either a good thing or a bad thing. A good thing because people will kill Rocketeers for you, could rob them, but also there's a lot of people here, so they might just kill you. But I'm at the launch towers, and you can approach from any angle you want, really. Your goal here is to get all the way to the top of the launch towers. We've just made friends with the people inside, who actually gave us a matriarch reactor, which is very nice of them. But we're going to head all the way up. And at the top of these towers, what's good about the launch towers is that when you look down, you will be able to see any Rocketeers across the map. And there's normally always one circling the launch tower. So we go all the way up. We go all the way to the top. Just watch any arc that's up here. They can be brutal. And if there's a Rocketeer circling the launch tower, you'll see it from up here. One normally spawns in quite late as well as the round is coming to an end. But the aim here is to find a Rocketeer from the top and get its aggro. Now, if you can't see one, there's sometimes one circling over near the north and south trench towers as well. So it's worth looking over there. But you can also cross to the other side from up here. So if you're struggling to find one, just cross over and keep on looking down until you find a Rocketeer. Like I said, they can spawn in a little bit later, so don't just give up if you don't see one. As long as you've got like 10 minutes on the clock, you've got plenty of time to get the kill, get the driver, and get out. So I'm going to keep on waiting now and looking until we find a Rocketeer. And there we go. We found one just near the north and south trench towers. So what we want to do now is get its aggro and bring it up top to us. Now, there's multiple ways we can take this out. We can take out the front 2 thrusters so it drops and then finish it when it's on the ground. It'll drop slower if you do it like that. But if you just shoot it in its face, take out its weak spot. Make sure no arc are in this room. You'll be using this room for cover. But yeah, if you just keep shooting in its face, you'll kill it quicker. It'll blow up. It'll drop down quick, but you'll get it gone quicker with less ammo. Now, just use this for cover. You do want plenty of heals, like I said. We do have a tick that we need to deal with. And just use this room for cover. Is she killing it? It's going to be really easy to take it out. Just keep shooting it in its face, because once his weak spot's gone, you'll cause some good damage to it. There we go. Just got rid of its weak spot. I'll try and show you the whole clip here so you can just see it's me doing it solo just with the anvil. Doesn't matter what level your anvil is, you'll be able to get this done. Like I said, 1 stack of heavy ammo should be enough, but we bring 2 just in case. You can see how easy it can be to get ratted here. And you can see how easy it is that you might take a hit, which is why you need heals. And if you have a hole cracker, obviously a hole cracker is going to get the job done so much easier. But he's already smoking with the anvil, and the anvil's a lot cheaper to bring in if you do die. It'd be easier to put back together this loadout and come back in, as a hole cracker's going to be a little bit expensive. This offers some good cover as well. Sometimes when he shoots you, or hit the beams, and it offs like that, and yeah, it's very hard for him to hit you, but he can get you. And he will move around lots like this. Like he's about to hit me now. Caught me off guard there, but we've got heals, so we're fine. The last run I did, there was loads of people doing the matriarch, and I thought we were good. And some guy just decided to kill me. This is our second attempt. Second attempt. We had him on fire as well. We're so nearly done. Hopefully we do this in 1 stack though, so you can see that it can be done in 1 stack. We are approaching our 2nd stack now though. It's not far from being done. Some of my shots are terrible here. Oh, just took a second hit. Now, one top tip actually is if you can get him out through one of these windows, it is going to be your best bet. So sometimes if you're struggling and he's flying a little bit too quickly, and I know he's causing a lot of damage like he is to me right now, you can take your time, let him sort of reset and try and bring him inside and fire him through those windows. That's another option. And through those windows, he sometimes doesn't even fire at you at all. And they very rarely come through the window when he does fire. We've got him on fire now, and he's quite stationary, so this is perfect. And the thing is, when he dies, it's a race to get the driver, because he's going to drop to the ground. Sometimes he will hover up here, and you can get him to drop on the top of the launch tower, which is obviously perfect if that happens. But when he doesn't, you've got to be quick. You've got to head down. You've got to see where that loot drops, and we've got to get that driver as quick as we can in that safe pocket. So, be super, super quick. People will be watching you. They'll be waiting for you to come out now and try and get him. But go straight to his main. I think his main's down there. They can spawn in these. So these are worth looting. I think they can spawn in these. There we go. We got one. I'm going to keep that in my safe pocket. I'll put a stray in your safe pocket. But yeah. There's a rope down that we can use here rather than jumping down. And we're going to get 2 from this at least, which is perfect. And just keep on doing this. It's a very easy method. Like, this is my 2nd attempt. I got killed once. And I believe, I don't know how true this is, but if you don't shoot anybody, after 5 games, it favors more PvE players that won't shoot you. So, while you're doing this, don't shoot at anybody. If anyone shoots you, just let them shoot you and kill you. Eventually, you should get some nice people. But yeah, we got 2 off that one. Some more heavy ammo there as well. So we did go into the 2nd stack there. Does more my poor shooting than anything. I said 1 stack should be enough, but 2 stacks definitely. No more than 2 stacks is needed. And yeah, that's how you can do it. Just keep on doing this until you get all the Rocketeer drivers that you need. Nice and easy. So once you have your laboratory regions, your explosive compounds, and your Rocketeer drivers, you are ready to level up your explosive station all the way to level 3. And that is the max level. And we are finished with that station. So now we'll move on to the next one, which is the gear bench. Now, I do need to make a bit of correction to a previous item here. When we go to level up, You'll see why in a moment. For level 2 of the gearbench, we need power cables, electrical components, and Hornet drivers. Now, electrical components we're going to cover first, because these, you can find them in electrical areas. They are quite common. However, you can use your refiner, even at level 1, to craft them. And all you need is plastic parts and rubber parts. But I forgot you can also do crude explosives here, just with chemicals. So earlier when I showed you that location with crude explosives, it's still worth showing you that location because it's good for other items that you're going to need. But you can just craft these as well. So yeah, sorry about that, but they are craftable here. So what we're going to do with the electrical components, we're a few short, so we're just going to craft them. And when we go back to level up, if we go back to our gear bench and hit on level up, we've already done our electrical components. That one's nice and easy. Power cables, these are quite common. You'll find them in electrical, residential, and commercial areas. Well, I'm going to show you now an area that I like to use for things like this and other items you're going to need along the way. It's a residential area. These pop up quite often there, and it's off the beaten track. If we go to Damn Battlegrounds, it's all the way north here, and there's 3 apartment buildings here at Ruby Residence. You've also got Pale Apartments, where there's 2 apartment buildings, and if you spawn anywhere near Pattern House, it's not as good, but it's the same sort of area. There's 1 building there with 3 floors rather than 2, and you can find them there also. But Ruby Residence is your gold, Pale Apartments is your silver, Pattern would be your bronze. So we're going to head to Ruby Residence, and we're going to see if we can find some power cables. Now, these can be spawn locations. It wasn't on this go-round for me, and I had to make my way over to Pale Apartments first. And, but yeah, if you spawn here, it's fantastic. We're also late in the game, so they've probably been looted. Let's go and have a look. Now, these apartments are 2 floors. It's worth checking on the 2nd floor just outside the main apartment, but when you're in here, you've got some cupboards here. You've got, in this room, you can check. And they've not been looted. Brilliant. Okay. So just loot these cupboards. You can find all sorts. There are gold mines here with it being a residential area as well. Look at that. We've got a toaster. We're going to need a toaster later. So make sure we're picking up toasters if you find them. A frying pan. Don't think we're going to need that. But power cables can be anywhere here in drawers as well. Just search everything. You're going to get some very good loot here potentially. And there's 2 buildings. This is just 1 floor so far. Got some drawers here. Another drawer. And then the floor up above isn't as good as the one down below, but still worth checking. So we'll run up top, and when you do run up top, don't forget that lots of people miss this. You do have this here, a bin that sometimes spawns something. You have here that you can open. You have another drawer and cupboard there. So we'll have a look inside this breach. I'm not going to take you through every single one of these apartments, but each apartment is exactly the same. So I'll show you one, just in case you're new to the game. Up here we have that you can sometimes search. You could have power cables in it. That's got more chance of having them in. You can see this is searchable this time. Some nice money. And then finally, we go into the final room. There's a few more drawers and cupboards here to search. Some items that are just on the counters as well. Another toaster. Lots of toasters here. You'll be coming to get these, so make sure you pick them up. Oh, blueprints as well. Might as well take that blueprint. We'll throw away the frying pan for that. Good money, even though we don't need it. And it's a very good place to find keys as well if you want the locked room keys. That's what an apartment looks like. We're going to search the other one. And if we don't find a power cable, we'll then go to Ruby Residence, search for free there. So we didn't find one at Pale Apartments, but at Ruby Residence now. And here, exactly the same buildings, but there's 3 of them. One there, one there, one there. Hopefully we find one in here. And there we go, we found one. The whole of this place has been looted, bar this one building I went in. I'm glad we at least got one to bob up. So I've got some power cables there, put it in the safe pocket if you brought one in. But yeah, they can drop here quite regular. We found one even when the places have been looted. But on a side note, just look at the sort of bag I got from these areas. A nice 37k bag if you spawn here. Well worth looting and getting out if you just want some quick bucks or chance of blueprints and trinkets and things like that. So with the power cables done, the electrical components done, all you've got left is Hornet drivers. I need 3 myself, as I've not been saving them up. Now, I'm not going to show any locations for these. You know what hornets are. So we're just going to discuss how best to kill them, I guess. Just in case you're a beginner and you're struggling with them. Now, hornets can be a right pain, especially if you're not equipped for them. So I do advise going after them with weapons you like to use. So I like the kettle. I can take hornets out quite easily with these, but also the anvil. So we're going to go with a kettle and an anvil, and there'll be some easy kills as long as we've got a bit of cover. But you're going to find hornets and wasps all over the place. We can see there's a wasp there already. But you can also find stitches. There's a hornet up there as well. On any of the maps around like high loot areas, medium loot areas, there's going to be arc, all sorts of arc, and they're very, very common. So if you find like a snitch, you can bring them over to your location and let the snitch go off. It'll drop in 2 wasps and a hornet. So we're going to do that. There's a snitch over here. So we're going to go get his attention, bring him to us, and we've got a little bit of cover here to deal with the hornets. So yeah, let's do that. There he is. If I keep on shooting him enough, he'll set off his alarm. He'll go up, and the hornet's going to come in with some wasps. Now, we'll take care of the wasps first. We'll show you how easiest to deal with the hornets. Well, for whatever reason, a hornet didn't come in with that one. We're going to need some wasp drivers later. So this is also a good way to get some wasp drivers nice and easy. Just making it to your advantage with this snitches, because you can bring them to your location if you just spawned in or something. Oh, there was a hornet. That must have been the hornet. Let's get its attention. The idea with the hornets is to get rid of their back 2 thrusters. We just got one of them. The anvil makes it very easy. And when they're not targeted on you, it's easy to get the shot off. But when they're targeted on you, it's quite hard to see the thruster. So this is why you want to kind of like have some cover, take it to some cover, so you can get some good angles on it and things like that. They're quite easy to dodge their attacks as well. When they fire at you, they don't know they're going to fire. You can just do a dodge roll as they fire. So he's about to do that now. I think he's lost us, actually. We're going to try and get his back thruster with the kettle. We'll see how difficult it can be when they're on you, because the way they angle. If you get a different angle at them around cover, you can get them off guard and just get that back thruster gone. So he's already wonky. Once we got back thrusters gone, it's going to drop to the ground and it's going to blow up. And it's as easy as that to kill them. So that was just with the kettle. I did take one shot with the anvil as well. There's a hornet drive. We'll put that in the safe pocket. I'm going to go get some more of these. I need 2 more, I think. But yeah, easy as that. And there we go. We've got our power cables, electrical components, and hornet drivers. With all those in hand, we can now level that up to level 2. And we're moving on to the final level, which is level 3. We need 3 industrial batteries. We need 5 advanced electrical components and 6 bastion cells. We'll start with the industrial batteries, and we're going to be heading to an area that I've already shown you before. They spawn there quite regular. They'll spawn in industrial areas, so any industrial area is good. But on damn battlegrounds, a nice safe location that I find is the primary facility where we were earlier. I normally find one every single time, to be honest with you. They spawn here very regular. Now, this is a spawn location. We just spawned outside, so if you are heading in, be careful. Oh, this guy came straight out, so that's good. He's going for the good goop there at the research building. That's why this is good. It's just off that where loads of players go there to search. So he's probably left this area for us. Let's see if we can find some. Search any container that you like, but where they search, well, where they spawn most of the time is like inside of these. These are very good for finding them. Imagine if it popped up in the first one. So make sure you're checking every container and you're checking these. I just found a motor. You are going to need them later, so just going to put them in a safe pocket just in case we don't find a battery. Okay, so on this occasion, we do appear to be unlucky, but we have got some good items. We found 2 blueprints, we got 2 motors, we found the rusted gear. These items you're going to need for later. I'm sure you need the motors. I know you need the rusted gear. This is the loading bay where we search here is like the safe area. You can keep searching the facility though to have more chance. So don't forget to like check on tops of these as well. They can just be sitting there. We'll head into the building now to carry on looking, but just know when you go into the building, players are more likely to be inside. And there we go, an industrial battery just on the shelf in the where we walked into. So we got 1 on this run. Now I'm gonna try and get this out. We got some very good loot on this run. We're aiming for that, so I'll put that in the safe bucket. But yeah, just keep on coming to this location. You will find them. With batteries done, we'll move on to advanced electrical components, and these can be found in electrical areas. Now, there's a few I recommend, but they are high risk. So if we go over to the Blue Gate, a great place to find electrical components is going to be Pilgrim's Peak. It's a high loot value area. You're pretty much guaranteed to find them there, but players also like to go there. So I'll leave that up to you. If you want a more safer option, you can go to Spaceport, and it's next to a medium loot area. It's the fuel control. It's an electrical building just off of the rocket assembly up north. This is a good area to search. You're likely to find them here, and you're less likely to bump into players while you're searching. It's a big map as well. So this is the area we're going to use now to try and get a hold of these and show you me pick them up. Before we go there though, if you are in a position where you have leveled up your refiner, which I haven't, you can craft these, and that's obviously going to be the easiest way to get a hold of them. Advanced electrical components can be crafted with wires and electrical components, and electrical components can be crafted as well just with plastic and rubber. So if you can craft them, just craft them. Okay, we've got to the location. We're very late in the game. It's probably been looted, but we'll see what we can find here. You can see my location here in between the rocket assembly and the fuel control. On Spaceport, there's a nice hole here that goes into the building. And it's not a big building. There's not a ton to loot. You can see the doors are already open. They've already started searching. But if we come across one, I will show you. And there we go. Advanced electrical components. Now, they're normally found on things like this. So this is like in one of the main rooms. We can pick that up and put it in our safe pocket. So we've got 1 already. Even though the area's been looted, they missed it. The hole in the wall is here, just where we came in. We just walked in here, and we found it on there. So look around all the tops like that. And there is 1 more room we can check out. We can also check this. But there's this main room here as well, with lots of lootables also. So I did only find the 1 on this run. But yeah, they can spawn here. It's a great location to check out if you don't want to do the higher risk areas. I'll continue now until I have enough to carry on. Once you have all of your advanced electrical components, the last thing you need to level up this station is 6 Bastion cells. So this one can be a tricky one. Unlike the Rocketeer, where I said just take in an anvil, and it's a great location to do this. Although you can kill a Bastion with an anvil, it's going to take a very long time, and we want to get it done quick. So what I'm going to recommend to kill a Bastion is to go in with a pretty good loadout and take the Hull Cracker. So I'll show you the loadout I'm taking in for the Bastion now. We're taking in a Hull Cracker with 2 stacks of ammo. We're also taking in an augment with 3 safe pockets, so that if I do get a lot of Bastion cells off the Bastion kill, I've got enough safe pockets to put them in. And you can also put your launcher ammo in your safe pocket. You can use it from there. So if you die along the way or anything, at least you get your launcher ammo out. So bare minimum, you're going to want the Hull Cracker with a couple of stacks of launcher ammo and a safe pocket. I'm also going to take in a kettle just so I've got a gun for ARC or players. And we've got plenty of healables with a blue shield. But yeah, bare minimum, Hull Cracker, launcher ammo, a secondary weapon for anything else, and healables. And the location of the Bastion, there's a couple of locations you can use that I like. They obviously spawn on every single map. Spaceport has a good spawn for a Bastion. If you inspect the map, he'll always spawn around the central area near the launch towers, rocket assembly, control tower. So in this area here, it can be roaming a little bit, but it's very, very open on Spaceport. I do like that location, but I'd say the best location to get your Bastion kill is going to be on Blue Gates. If we inspect this map, we can head to the head house and head down here, and pretty much 100% of the time there's a Bastion down here, and it's a little bit more out of the way. Some players will come to search these tunnels, but you're more likely to be left alone to it to get your Bastion kill and get your resources. There will be more arc down there though, but we're going to head here to try and get the Bastion kill. So we're just coming up to the head house now. You can see where I am on the map here. There's multiple entrances into the tunnels, but this one will drop you directly down on top of the Bastion. So as we enter the head house, you just want to drop down onto the walkway. Just be careful where you come in. You want to just go down the steps. There's a lot of arc down here, so be careful of it. And you're just looking for... We're going to go down even further, and you're looking for a zip line all the way down to the bottom. So go down as far as you can. And on this level here, there's going to be a zip line. Just watching that turret there. We'll take this zip line. You can already hear flares and stuff, so it could be players here. It could be a fight. But once we're down here, we're looking for the Bastion. Now, the Bastion can be anywhere around this area. He's normally just roaming around these tunnels. There he is down there. So, we found the Bastion. So the Bastion is very easy to kill, providing we have cover, which is a lot of cover in here. Let's just take out the arc that are present. And with the arc taken care of, I'm now going to start shooting the Bastion. Now the Bastion's weak spots, he has one on his ass and he has his kneecaps. So you can aim for his kneecaps, you can aim for the yellow weak point on his back. Let's make sure you have cover so that you can dodge his shots. Once you hit him in the kneecaps enough, he will go down, give you some free shots at him. So take advantage of that to get as many shots in as you can. And there you go, he's on fire already. Take your time. Your biggest threat here is obviously players. We've already had to take out one player while we've been doing this. But once he's on fire, he is nearly done. And there we go. Now, when you kill a Bastion, they can have loads of cells on them. And this is why you want plenty of safe pockets. So we're going to search this whole thing. Now what you can do is leave some items inside the Bastion so you got some cover while you're searching it. If you take all the items out, the part will disappear. So leave at least an item in each part while you just search for some of the Bastion cells. Put them all in your safe pocket and we'll have a look how many we get off of this one. It's quite fitting that we killed the Bastion on top of the player that tried to gank us. Well, look, we've got 4 Bastion cells so far. 5 Bastion cells. With a bit of luck, we'll get all 6 off of the 1 kill. So now I've searched most of it. I am starting to take away all the parts, so more parts reveal themselves. I do search every single part because they have a chance of having a Bastion cell on them. And there we go. We got all 6 parts of 1 Bastion. So as long as you've got 2 safe pockets. Got some more arc to deal with. As long as you got 2 safe pockets, that'll be enough to get the 6 cells out. And that's it fully looted. So that's one great location. You'll probably be left alone here more so, like I said, than on the Spaceport map. But whenever you're doing anything like this, it is going to be risky. So good luck. As for the hole cracker, if you are early game, then your best way of getting a hold of one of these is just a trader, because at the gun shop you can buy 1 per day. They are 30k, and this is where you get the launcher ammo as well. But if you're later in the game, you completed some of the quest line, then there is a quest that will give you a hole cracker blueprint, and they will be craftable later on. But with that done, we now have enough Bastion cells to finish off this gear bench workstation. So we can level this up to max level. And we have finished it. There's no more leveling up to do with the gear bench, which means we can now move on to the next one, which is the Gunsmith. To get the Gunsmith to level 2, it requires 3 rusted tools, 5 mechanical components, and 8 wasp drivers. Now, for the rusted tools, you're going to find these in mechanical and industrial areas. So I'm just going to advise to go to those areas. But what we showed you earlier on for some other items on Dam Battlegrounds, next to the control tower and research admin at the primary facility, this is a mechanical and industrial area. You'll find lots of rusted tools in this area. So if you do need an area to go to and farm, use that, but you'll find them all over the place as long as you're in those areas. Once you have your rusted tools, your mechanical components, you don't even need to go into raid for. You need 5 of them. But if you head to your refiner station, you are able to create mechanical components just out of metal parts and rubber parts. So I'm too short right now. I'm just going to craft them. You don't even need this bench leveled up in order to craft them. So they're very, very easy. So we can get that done just like that. And then the last thing we need is wasp drivers, and we need 8 of them. I'm not going to go and show you how to kill wasps. You know what wasps are. When you kill them, loot them, you'll find wasp drivers. Once you've got 8, you've got enough to level up this bench. So now we have all the items required. We're going to hit on level up. We'll take it to the next level, and to get it to the maximum level, what we need is 3 rusted gears, 5 advanced mechanical components, and 4 sentinel firing cores. You might be thinking that this looks easier than the last 2 stations for the final upgrade because there's no epic arc material. However, rusted gears and sentinel firing cores can be very tricky. So we're going to start with rusted gears. Now, it says it can be found in industrial areas. So if we head back to Dam Battlegrounds and we inspect the map, my favorite location, primary facility, is an industrial area. It does have a chance of dropping here, but it's such a rare item. Now, you could go raids without finding one, and you want to search the whole location. If you do go there, you got more chance in higher loot zones. So like right next to it, the high loot zone here, or you got the high loot zone there, or normal loot zone up here. You got more chance in these sort of locations. So I'm going to show you a good spot now at the power generation complex, which is a medium loot location, and right near the extraction we've got some buses. So you're not going in to the location, you're going to be searching these buses. Now you probably got a lot of chance of finding them in there as well, but if you search these buses, they have a very good chance of dropping here. So hopefully when we go in there now, I can show you that. So I'm here at the location now, just south of Patton House on one of the buses. There's the North Complex elevator extraction. So it's the buses that you want to search. So there's this one here that I'm on. This one has got no searchables. Check the side as well. Extraction's just here. There's 2 more buses to check also, or 3 more, actually. And they just have a high chance of having these rusted gears. There might also be some cars around the area as well you can search. They have a good chance. This bus has no searchables. There you go. These 2 we can search, or I'll breach and search it. It's high risk. It's a hot area, so... you know, high risk, high reward. And just like that, we found a rusted gear. So we're going to take that rusted gear, put it in our safe pocket. And yeah, it's a great location for them. You can search these side compartments as well. I'm not sure if they can have them in or whether it's just a breachable bit. But they're well worth searching. And they spawn here very regular. Because it's a medium loot zone, it just increases the odds of things like this to drop. We didn't get a second one, unfortunately. But yeah, so if you're struggling to find them, try this location and you should have some joy. There's like 4 buses to check in the area and you're right next to the extraction. So if you do get a rusted gear, score the extraction and get out. So now we have the rusted gears, we'll move on to advanced mechanical components. These can be found in mechanical areas, however they are very, very rare. You can go to Dam Battlegrounds and search our favorite location in this video, primary facility. It's a mechanical area. You will find them there, but again, very rare. It might take a few raids. It might pop up now and then. Higher loot zones, so of high loot quality or medium, will be better to search. Something like the water treatment control, for example. However, you don't need to go into raid to get these. You can go to your crafting station, and if you level up the refiner first, you can create advanced mechanical components. So I highly recommend that you do this. If you're not in a position to do that though, another option that you have is as you get guns and you get some rare guns, you get some epic guns, so the blue and the purple ones, and the durability runs low or anything like that, or even if you just want to get these out the way, just recycle them. So for example, this Osprey here, if I recycle this Osprey, it's going to give me an advanced mechanical component. So just like that, I could just recycle some guns, this Toronto here that's damaged as well, and I can get them that way as well. And obviously with these guns, you're able to purchase them. You can purchase them from the gun shop. You can even get the whole cracker and dismantle that if you want to. Green guns, though, when you dismantle those, they won't give you the advanced ones. It's got to be blue or purple. And with 5 of those in hand, we can then move on to Sentinel firing cores. This is probably the most annoying one, but I'm going to show you a great location now that I like to farm these. Now, a Sentinel is one of the ARC that is a sniper turret. So it's not the turret that fires like assault rounds at you. It's more like an assault rifle. You know, it's an automatic. This is a sniper one. So Sentinel will fire a sniper shot at you. It does a lot of damage. A great location I use for getting these, I'll show you now on Damn Battlegrounds. There's 2 locations on Damn Battlegrounds. So on every map, obviously, but they don't spawn in every time. I have a lot of luck on Damn Battlegrounds at this location, though. It's at the Research and Administration building, just south from my cursor is here. There's some stairs going up into the back of it, and more often than not, the sniper Sentinel is there, and I can kill it and get the Sentinel firing core. Another location nearby as well is actually on the dam, just north of that one, around this area here. I can also show you that area. So I'll show you these 2 areas where they can spawn quite frequently. We're coming up to the first location now, and it doesn't look like it has spawned or it's already been taken out. But it's these stairs here. It spawns very regular on the top there, shooting down. And you can either go up the stairs to kill it or shoot from a distance. Very, very regular. This is a location I am here just south of Research and Administration. And yeah, very good location there. You can see a player's already there. They probably already took it out as we're 7 minutes into the raid. I'm going to show you the next location, though, that's just down the road. So literally straight down the road from that, I just ran straight down the road. We were just down there. And as you get towards here where the blockers are, go up on the steps. And there's another one that can spawn up here. We'll have a look if it's there now, because we're recorded. Probably not going to be, but it's 2 locations. They're very good. It's not, but this is the other location one can spawn just at the end of this walkway as well. So another very easy one to come and get. Now, if ever this one spawns for you, might as well give you a top tip. There is a trophy and an achievement for taking them out by meleeing them. So this is a very easy one to do when it spawns here. So that's 2 locations, but again, like I said, they don't always spawn in. They can be found on every single map. But if you're just focusing on these, I advise to come into the Damn Battlegrounds, check these 2 spawn locations because they're so close to each other, and just go back out and come back in if you don't find them. Keep on doing that until you get the 4 Sentinel firing cores that you need. Once you have those cores, you'll have everything that you need to do the last level on the Gunsmith. So get that leveled up. And there we go. No more levels needed. And we can move on to the next workstation, which is going to be the medical lab. To level up the medical station to level 2, we are going to need to find 2 cracked bioscanners, 5 durable cloths, and 8 tick pots. The hardest item here is going to be the bioscanner. The durable cloth we'll start with. This is very easy because if we just go to our refiner, even at level 1, we can craft durable cloth. So just craft it out of fabric if you need it. Also a very common item to find. Then as for the tick pots, ticks are just those little spiders that you can find all over the place when you kill these. Just make sure you're picking them up. I'll show you a good location for that in a few moments, but we'll show you the cracked bioscanner first. This is going to be your hardest item. It's a rare item found in medical. Earlier on in this guide, I did show you a location on Buried City that was quite a good location because it wasn't in a high loot zone or medium loot zone, and there's a pharmacy, a Piazza Arbusto. Now, you can find these there, however, they don't spawn as often as the item we were looking for then, which means you'll be going in quite often trying to find this there. Your best bet here is just to go to Buried City and hit the hospital. You'll find the cracked bioscanners quite often, and make sure you're taking the safe pocket so when you get it you can put it in there, because there will be players here. It's quite a highly contested area, but you only need 2 of them, and this is the area that I'd suggest searching for them. We're gonna go find one now. We've just got to the hospital now. We can already see a dead body on the floor. As I said, it's highly contested. This is the main entrance. There's multiple entrances to this building, and there's a lot of loot here. Now, you're going to need quite a few medical items to get the medical station to level 3, so look out for things like rusted medical containers. I think it's antiseptics as well as the bioscanner, because we're going to be searching this location for all of these. There's so much loot here. Let's see if we can find what we need. There we go. A cracked bioscanner just sitting on one of the beds here. So, first try. I'm going to put that in the safe pocket. Make sure we get that out. We've also found some syringes. We found some laboratory reagents. I don't think we need any more. We might need the syringes. I think it's antiseptic as well we might need. So keep a lookout for those items as well. This place had already been looted as well, and somebody missed out. I actually found the second one. There we go. 2-in-1 run in the safe pocket. So we've now got that done. There's also going to be ticks here as well. So I got 1 tick pod so far. This is also going to be a good way to get the tick pods. And there's an extraction that is on the hospital. So that's very handy also. Once you're done looting, you can get out quite quickly. So with the cracked bioscanner done and the durable cloth, we've just got the tick pods to do now. Now, you may have these by going for the cracked bioscanners. You're a bit unlucky, multiple runs. There are ticks there. However, if you're like me and you still need 7 of them, or if you need all 8, there's a great location for ticks where you can get it done in pretty much 1 run, I think. And it is a PvP map, so it can be tricky, but you want to go to Stella Montis. On this map, in the seed vault, is a load of ticks. There are always a load of ticks there. You should get this in 1 run. This map is a little bit of a maze. Sometimes you can't spawn here though, but just head to the seed vault. If you do spawn here, this is normally the location that you spawn in, right outside of the seed vault. And the problem is you need to get into the seed vault with a power cell, which this guy's already done. The power cell can normally be found up over the extraction area here. So this is where I normally found it. It can be dotted about a few different areas around here. And once you've got the power cell, you can just go and put the power cell into this door. You can open the door, and then you're going to find loads of ticks in here. Now, this guy's obviously already been here, so we might not find many. But there we go. Can hear them already. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. So many ticks here, as you can already tell. It's got to be a great place to come and get your pods. So we'll see how many of these we can get while we're looting here with this guy, and just hope he doesn't kill us. But there's 3 already. Okay, so we've ran out of ticks. We didn't quite get 8. We got 6 of them. Shame I haven't got 2 safe pockets. Now, you can come back here, or there's another place where you might find some nearby. So we've just exited the seed vault. And right above us is another area we can find ticks. Not as safe, though, because there are going to be shredders there. I just ran the wrong way. We're looking for this way. So you're looking to go to the Cultural Archives. And it's just up above the seed vault. It's another area where we can find some ticks. Oh, there's a power cell. So there's multiple that can spawn around the area to open the seed vault up. But just up these stairs here has got to be the Cultural Archives. And we're going to find some more ticks in here. Just be careful of the shredders. It's also another spawn location. It's a high loot area, this one as well. So there's a chance players could be here. But we're just here for the ticks. So there we go. I've got all of my 8 tick pods now, just from the seed vault and the area just up above here in the Cultural Archives. We're going to go back down now to the seed vault and take the seed vault air shaft to extract. And hopefully get these out. But great location for ticks if you need them. You're going to find loads down here. And with the tick pods we're done, we can now hand all this in and level up our medical lab to level 2. At level 2, to get it to max level, we need to find 3 rusted shut medical kits. I mentioned these earlier when we were in the hospital, right? Antiseptics as well. And then 5 surveyor vaults. Now, the most annoying part about this is going to be the surveyor vaults. We'll go over that when we get there. But first, the rusted shut medical kit and the antiseptic. I'm going to advise you to use a location that we used earlier on Buried City. It's the best location to use. So if you go to Buried City and just go to the hospital, keep on going there over and over, you got a good chance to find these. Now, the rusted shut medical kit is a very rare item, even in high loot value areas. It's not a guaranteed spawn, so you might need to go there a few times. Antiseptics, you should find them every single run. I didn't realize I needed 8 of them. I had 6 on me. I've been selling them ever since. So you'll find them very common here, and there'll be the rusted shut medical kit. If you're having no joy here, some other medical locations where I do find them is you can obviously try your luck here at Piazza or Busto. It's going to be super rare that they spawn there. If you go to another map, if you go to Spaceport, there is I think it's the departure building. In the departure building, there's a medical section there. I know it doesn't say medical on here, but there is a medical room where I do find them quite often inside there. And also on Damn Battlegrounds, there's another medical room here, a research and administration. Again, it doesn't say medical on the loot area, but if you go up the ladders where I was showing you where the sentinel was, or the steps, at the top of that building, there's some medical sort of items, and they can spawn there as well. But your best bet, and where I'm going to be searching, is going to be Buried City and the hospital. So I'm going to go and do that now to find those rusted shut medical kits. And there we go, a rusted shut medical kit just sitting on the bed upstairs here. A player ganked me on the way in, and he had one for me as well. So we've got our 2. This place is a gold mine, but you'll find these here. For sure, just keep on searching until you find them. I've got 2 on the one run. There might even be more. I've also found the 1 antiseptic that I needed this run as well. You'll find plenty of antiseptic here for sure. Once you have the rusted shut medical kits and the antiseptics, all you then need is the surveyor vaults, and these can be more annoying than things like the rocketeers and bastions, because it's finding them that's the issue. They can be quite rare. Once you see them, they're easy to spot, but killing them can be another issue. So you need 5 surveyor vaults in total. And I highly recommend going in with some form of loadout, because once you find the surveyor and start shooting it, it's going to run away. So anything with heavy ammo, with like strong armor, penetration, with like the anvil will be great. A ferro will also work very well, and a hull cracker if you really want to get it done quickly. But I'm going to take in an anvil with some heavy ammo, and we're also going to take in some explosives. If you've got some explosives and you find one of these, you can start the encounter off with the surveyor with some explosives to try and blow it up a little bit before you start shooting it. You want to try and get it killed very quickly, because these don't attack you, but they do run away, and they can be a bit annoying. Now, as for location to find these, a lot of people do like the Blue Gate map because it's quite open, and you're looking for like a beam of light in the air to signify where it is, so you'll see that easy. But I rarely find them on here, if I'm being honest with you. It's a PvP orientated map a lot of the time. So the maps I prefer to use is Damn Battlegrounds or Spaceport. They can be on any map whatsoever. I don't think I've said enough Stella Montes, actually. But Damn Battlegrounds, probably my least favourite. They can spawn around the swamp area a lot. I have seen them around there. But it's very rare I see them on Damn. Spaceport's probably where I see them most of the time. And on Spaceport, you can see them around the outskirts of the map. I've seen them over here in the Rocket Assembly, I believe, or up near to the west of a rival building, the central area. Quite an open map as well, so it's a good one to use. And I've seen them dead on the launch towers as well. So we're going to use Spaceport to try and find a surveyor on this run and show you what it looks like and how to kill it. Now, while you are searching for these surveyors, it is well worth mentioning these ARC couriers. I could have mentioned them earlier because these have a chance of spawning all sorts of ARC items in them, including the surveyor vaults, but also you get rocketeer drivers, bastion cells, the epic items are obviously very rare, but definitely worth searching and worth a mention now, because the surveyors can be so hard to find and to spawn in. So make sure if you see these ARC couriers that you are breaching them and you're searching them. There's a very good chance that you could get some surveyor vaults inside of these. They'll always give you at least one item. This time it gave us a tick pod, but it'll give you one item from one arc, basically. So you just got to get lucky with that. And yeah, if you find things like arc motion cores as well, save them for later. But we'll stay on the search. Just worth mentioning as well, it's only these arc couriers. They will appear on the map when you find them as well, but it does not include arc probes or anything like that. We finally found one. I switched to the dam as having no luck whatsoever on Spaceport. But we can see the blue light in the sky. This is what kind of gives them away. So if you do see the blue light just shining straight up, that's a surveyor. You just need to head over to it. Unfortunately, I've died a few times. I've lost all my explosives. I forgot to bring some more in. And there's gunfire in this direction. So hopefully we can get this done without getting the aggro from the players. Now, these will move around. You'll notice that the blue light will disappear. But there it is. That's what it looks like. And it might be damaged for us already, with a bit of luck. If it spots you, it will run away. And you just got to chase it down. It'll stay in the area though, so don't worry too much. If you lose it, it will stay around the area, so as long as you know the direction. And it will eventually put the blue light back up as well, so just got to hunt it down. It takes a lot of damage, which is why you want an anvil or heavy rounds, something with good penetration. And there we go, we killed it. Now, if you've got explosives, start off with the explosives. And they can drop one or more, I believe, of the surveyor vaults. So, you gotta be careful searching. There's loads of parts. I just take everything out of it so that the part that you're searching just gets removed. I have no idea what happened with that. We didn't get a surveyor vault off of it. We've got to carry on searching this location though. I see it here quite regular. I'm just in the South Swamp Outpost, so if you are struggling to find one, try and come here to get it. Like I said, Spaceport, I've had good joy as well. I'm going to keep on searching here again until we find another, and hopefully next time we actually get a vault out of it. Well, after our misfortune of the surveyor itself, we found an arc courier and found one surveyor vault inside, which is awesome. So we only need one more now. Yeah, as you can see, we're back at the swamp trying to find them. But again, we're getting unfortunate. They're not spawning. This is such a nightmare. This is probably the worst part of leveling up your workstations, I'm going to say. I would actually go as far as saying farm these couriers over trying to find these surveyors. But we'll keep on going. And whether it drops in a surveyor or a courier, I'll show you. So we found another surveyor over in this direction. Just on the harvester though, because I got sidetracked and got an equalizer blueprint in my safe pocket. It's in a safe pocket, so if we get this, I'm just gonna have to hope to get out in a normal slot. Hideous. It's a bit awkward. This location is here, just where the queen spawns the harvester. Hopefully, we actually get the part this time. There we go. So, we'll drop the wine bottle. And there's our final surveyor vault. We just need to get it out now. Now that we have the 5th surveyor vault, we've got the antiseptics and the rusted shut medical kits. We can finally level up the medical lab to the final level. And we are done with that, which means we can now move on to the refiner. To upgrade the refiner to level 2, we are going to need to find 3 toasters, 5 arc motion cores, and 8 fireball burners. Starting with the toasters, we've already discussed these earlier on for one of the other upgrades, and these are very common in residential areas. In fact, if you go to Damn Battlegrounds, and if you search the Pale Apartments and Ruby Residence, which we discussed earlier, you're pretty much guaranteed to find toasters. So just look in those areas. They're normally on countertops, not just in containers, so keep your eyes peeled for them, but you'll find 3 toasters in no time. Next, we're going to have a look for arc motion core. This can be found inside of arc enemies, which is quite rare. So you're looking at like arc enemies like the Bastion from earlier, or tougher enemies. Even that Surveyor can have these on them, but the easiest way of getting these are probably going to be arc probes. So we're going to search for arc probes for this one, and I tend to find arc probes on the dam quite a lot. In the swamp area, again, we'll find quite a lot of arc probes. These aren't the couriers, these are the probes. So Sam will show you what they look like. But you can have some events on where that mean there will be more probes. Like on Blue Gate right now, there's a prospecting probes, which means there's going to be a load of probes on there, but when you try to loot these, you will be attacked by arc. So if you want a guaranteed way and a quick way of doing it, do it during that event, but you're going to have to fend off drones, like you're going to have hornets and wasps to deal with. So we're just going to go down Battlegrounds, find an arc probe, and find some of these cells for you. So what you want to look out for is smoke and them flying in. There's an arc probe just flying in right now at the swamp, so that's perfect. We can go and search that, and this is going to be one that's standing up. You can find these lying down. When they're lying down, they'll still have them inside, but you can only search one side of them. So when they're standing up like this, you have 3 entry points. Also listen out for the noise that they make as well. But if we breach this open, you just have to fend off some wasps anyway on this one. But once it's breached open, if we search this, you've got a very good chance of finding what we're looking for. There we go, an arc motion core right away. And there's 3 entry points, so we could search 3 areas on this one. When it's lying down, like I said, you only have the 1 area you can search. But off of 1 of these, we've got 4, so we only need to find another 1 lying down or standing up like this, and we'll have the 5 that we need. This was found in the swamp area, like I said, but it can appear anywhere in the map. Just look for the smoke that comes off the ones that are lying down, or listen out for the sound that they make as well, or if you see them flying in like we just did. Oh, and just as I was on the way to the extraction, we actually seen one lying down. Just for beginners of the game, potentially, this is what the ones lying down look like. They still make a sound, but it's kind of dead. And we still got to breach it open like we do with the one standing up. The one's breached open. This one just has the 1 entry point for us to search. So less chance of getting what we need. And it's damaged in this one, so that one would be no good. So the ones standing up are definitely better to search. So with that out of the way, we then just need 8 fireball burners. We spoke about this earlier when we had to find and kill the pops. These will be in exactly the same sort of location. So my favorite locations for fireballs is Buried City. You're going to find tons of them. You've probably seen tons of them already inside the hospital, space travel building. Any buildings on this map are likely to spawn fireballs, including all of the extractions, so in the subways. So just use Buried City, go and search fireballs, and the best way to kill them is let them approach you and open up, so they're about to fire the flame on you, and then just shoot them dead. They die very, very easily, and I'll have a fireball burner on them all of the time. So I'm not going to show you that one. We spoke about that a little bit earlier when we spoke about pops, and they're very easy to go and find. So with all of them, once you've got all of those items, we can level the bench up. And we're level 2 on the refiner now, and we're up to these items. We need to find 3 motors, 10 arc circuitry, and 6 bombardier cells. For this one, we'll start with motors. We're going to visit a location that we have multiple times during this guide. These can be found in mechanical areas, and one of the safest spots to find these is on Damn Battlegrounds, right next to the control tower in the primary facility. This is a mechanical and industrial area. It's where we went for multiple things during this guide, including the industrial batteries. You will find motors here. They're slightly rarer I would say, and you have got more chance of finding them in higher loot zones, like here at the water treatment control, which is also a mechanical area. It's a medium loot zone, so probably more chance there, or more maps where even a high loot value zone and their mechanical area, you might have good chance of motors. But you will find them in the primary facility, so keep on searching these sort of areas, and you will find the free motors. Then for the next one, we've just upgraded the refiner, which means we can now craft arc circuitry. So I'm one short here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the refiner, and just for some arc alloy, we can craft that. So for whatever you're short on that, just go ahead and craft it. That's all you need to do. And finally, the bombardier cells. So this is going to be the toughest one for this level. You need to go and get 6 of them, which means you have to take on a bombardier. Now, similar to the Bastion that we did earlier, we're going to go in with a good loadout for this to give us every chance of getting it killed quickly. But this is definitely more difficult than the Bastion because the bombardier will bomb you. And yeah, it can be more difficult to take on. I do have a good location though if it spawns there. Now, we want to take in the hull cracker again because the hull cracker is going to get rid of it quickly. You don't need that. If you want to take in an anvil or ferro with heavy rounds, feel free to do that. It'll be cheaper, but it will take longer. And remember the threat of players as you're trying to take out these big arc. Players can come and kill you. So I'm going to take in a hull cracker and a kettle with some light rounds there as well, just in case I need to fend off some players. And again, I'm putting my launcher ammo here in my safe pocket, so if I do die, at least I get that out and we can go again. But the bare minimum, hull cracker and some launcher ammo with plenty of heals there with a secondary weapon as well. And remember, as I said earlier, if you want to get a hull cracker, you can craft them if you've gone far enough in the quest line and got the blueprint. But if not, you can purchase 1 hull cracker a day from the gun shop. And there's launcher ammo here as well. As for the bombardier location, again, they're going to be on any of the maps really, but the one I like to get is on Buried City. If you can get it to spawn in this location at the parking garage here, just in between the space travel building and hospital, it's perfect. We'll go up in the space travel building, we'll be directly across from it and have plenty of cover. It's a very easy kill. The only risk is other players, so hopefully it's got to spawn here. If it doesn't spawn here, it can spawn in Murano Park, and if it doesn't spawn there, it can spawn all the way south of the map. I think it's around Plaza Rosa or Eastern Station, around this point over here as well, but I don't like this one at all. So we're going to hopefully get it to spawn here at the parking garage. Sounds like something might be moving up there, so fingers crossed it's here. We're just outside the space travel buildings. I'm going to show you the location to it. So when you go in a safe space travel building just next to this bus, there will be arc here, so be careful. You want to go up, I think it's floor 5 that we want to go up to. Just be careful of any arc or any turrets that might be here. And you go all the way up to floor 5. And in that floor 5, if he is here, double check there's no players. He's got to be on this rooftop. So he's not spawned here on this occasion, which is annoying. But this is where we're going to take him on from. From this location on floor 5, we can take on the bombardier, plenty of cover, and then there's a little bit to jump over to go and loot him when he's dead. So what I'm going to do, because he's not spawned here on this occasion, I can't see where he is. He's over at Murano Park. I'm going to give this one a go instead. But this is the location you want to go to, ideally. So here we are. Just got to go to Murano Park to get this instead. We need to find a good location because he is going to bomb us. So at Murano Park, there's loads of buildings around the area. He's just going to be walking around the center. We got some buildings up here we might need to get rid. There he is. So we're going to jump into this building and get rid of this turret. And then from here, we should be in a good location to take on. It's quite open in the building. Now this has someone to help me and cover me for loot, so hopefully he does. Now, just like the Bastion, he has some weak spots on him. But he's also going to mortar you. So this is why you want cover. With cover, it'll stop the mortars. And you can aim for the knees again. It's like the Bastion's got to be the knees that are the weak spots. He's in a little bit of a difficult position right now, so it's got to hit him as much as we can. So he's already on fire. We're nearly done. Basically just firing a shot or two and letting his mortars go off. So much easier in the other location, like I said. And there we go. We killed him. We got one final shot at us. Not sure how many parts that these can have on them. Again, when you are looting, if you want to keep yourself covered, then what you can do is just leave an item in there so it doesn't disappear and it keeps cover around you. As you start taking all the items out, parts will disappear, making yourself more open. So I've just searched everything. There was just 2 bombardier cells. I promised it for these guys. So I'm gonna drop them. So yeah, just the 2 bombardier cells I got off that. So unlike the Bastion that dropped 6 of them, you are probably going to want to kill a few of these. Once you got a hold of them, whether it's at space travel or here in Murano Park, there are extractions close by. So just go and hit them and then come back in and try again. As I said, the one on the space travel building or the parking garage is definitely going to be the better one. It's just so much easier to kill and loot and probably easier for players to gank. You know, the one in Murano Park, the cover isn't great. But as you saw, you can get it done. There's enough cover around there, just a little bit more awkward. These can't spawn on any other map, though, so there's one that you prefer, go ahead with it. You're probably going to have to kill 2 to 3 of these before you get all the cells that you need. Once you have enough bombardier cells, though, along with the arc circuitry and the motors, you can hand these in and level this bench up to level 3. And that's the maximum level. We've got one more workbench to do in our station, and that's a utility station. To get this leveled up to level 2, you need to find 2 damage heat sinks, 5 electrical components, and 6 snitch scanners. We'll start with the electrical components because they are the easiest. If we just go back to the refiner, electrical components can be crafted using plastic parts and rubber parts. So they are no issue at all. You can just craft those and you can get the ones that you need to level them up. So I am 4 short there. I will just use the refiner to make 4 of them. And just like that, we are ready to go. Now, for the damage heat sinks, there's a great location for these. It is high risk. If you're taking a safe pocket, you'll probably find 2 on your first try. And that location is on Spaceport. We're going to head to the Spaceport map and we're going to head to the launch towers. It is a technological area, which is where these are found. If you don't like the high risk, then feel free to go to other places. But I'm telling you now, one trip here, you're probably going to have the 2 that you need. So just head to the launch towers and hopefully I'll show you me pick 2 up now. The launch towers is a very high-risk area. There's a lot of arc around here. There could be rocketeers, leapers, hornets, drones, everything. Even the matriarchs here, when the matriarch is on here. Players as well. And we spawned very late in this game, so it's probably already looted. But still worth checking, because people tend to leave these heat sinks. So you want to approach it any way you come from. It doesn't matter. You can see where I am on the map here at the launch towers. Just looking to go into one of these doors and head up the rope all the way to the top. Doesn't matter what side, you can search both sides and you want to go all the way to the top of the rope. Now at the top of the rope there is a chance there's going to be some more arc, so be ready for any arc that might be there. There could be poppers, fireballs, turrets, and there could also be players. We look good on this occasion. I'm going to guess it has been looted, but where you're looking for is on top of these sort of these worktops. They can just spawn there. They can also spawn on these sort of tables as well. See, there's a battery there. So have a look at those. And they can also be in the containers as well. So if you don't see any on the tops, then start searching drawers and any of the containers. Oh, and just like that, we found one. We found 2 right next to each other. There you go. So just on these racks here, we got 1 damage heat sink and 2 damage heat sinks. Put those in your safe pocket and you're good. Now, again, there's loads of loot up here, and also if it's not in one, you can go all the way to the top of the launch tower and jump across to check the other side. You don't need to go down. It takes quite a long time if you go down, so just come to the top. Make sure you're sprinting to make this jump. And then you're the other side, and you can check the other side of the launch tower. It's pretty much exactly the same. There could be players here, there could be arcs here. Like that popper. But again, you've got some of the tops you could search. And there's lots of containers to have a look inside as well, with some more racks and whatnot. This location is perfect for damaged heat sinks. I'm pretty sure you'll find 2 every single time you come here. And this has already been looted as well. So I just searched the whole of the launch towers, both rooms, and found 4 damaged heat sinks in total, along with all these other goodies. So with the damaged heat sinks and the electrical components done, all we need now is snitch scanners, and these are very easy to get. Snitches are quite easy to take out, but they're easier with something like an anvil and heavy rounds. So I'm going to take in an anvil for this, but you can do it with a kettle and light ammo as long as you hit all of your shots. The key is to take it out before it calls in its buddies though, because if you don't take it out in time, you will have to face a hornet and 2 wasps. So you want to kill it quickly. And it really doesn't matter what map you're on. You're going to see plenty of snitches. And the best thing about it is you can go to a secluded area, see one in the distance, and call it over to you. Because as soon as you start firing at it, it'll come over to you. So from wherever you spawn in on any map, just look for some snitches. Got one here already. I've just spawned it. I'm going to shoot over at it to get its attention. And it'll come over to me. Now, the snitch has like 3 plates on it, like wings. If you take 2 of them out, it'll just drop. Or you can just shoot it direct to kill it. So with the anvil, it's very easy to kill it quite quickly. But you do want to kill it quick, otherwise it will, like I said earlier, call in its friends. So a couple of direct shots at it with the anvil, and it's done. Now, once it's down, you just got to search it to get the snitch scanner. As easy as that. You need 6 in total. So just go around killing snitches, have a safe pocket. I think it can hold a stack of 3 in your safe pocket. But you can pretty much do this in one run if you want to, from the same location as well, if they keep on searching. Spawning right by you. With the snitch scanners collected, you've now got everything you need to level up the utility station to level 2. And then you're on to the final level, which is level 3, to find 3 fried motherboards, 5 advanced electrical components, and 4 Leaper pulse units. Now, the fried motherboards, I'm going to advise you to do exactly the same as I did for the damaged heat sinks. These are found very commonly at spaceports and the launch towers. So if you go to spaceport again, just go to launch towers, go up top and search both of those towers. You will find fried motherboards, and you'll probably get enough in one run. Might take a couple of runs, but it's the best place for them. So check out there. Then as for the next item, which is the advanced electrical components, because we've already done the refiner, we can make advanced electrical components, and all we need is wires and electrical components. Wires are very common electrical components. You can also craft here with rubber and plastic, so they're not going to be a problem at this stage. And then finally, the Leaper pulse units. You've already taken out Rocketeers, Bombardiers, and Bastions. The Leapers are very easy. Now, you don't really need a hole cracker for these. I'm going to take a hole cracker anyway because it makes light work of them. But an anvil or a ferro with heavy ammo in a very good position, it's easy work. It just takes longer. So if you don't have a hole cracker, no problem. But I do advise to take one if you want to make it quick. And this is the sort of loadout that I'd take in if I'm looking to deal with a Leaper. 1 stack of launch ammo will be enough. Put it in your safe pocket. Got the hole cracker there. I've got a light ammo Berletta as well, just in case I need to use that, with plenty of healables. And again, if you need a hole cracker, you can purchase 1 a day from the gun shop, as well as the launcher ammo. If you're advanced in the quest line, you may have the blueprint to craft the hole cracker. Now, there are two very good locations that I like to take Leapers on that are on extraction, so you can just get them killed, get them looted, and get out straight away. One's on Damn Battlegrounds, and one is on Spaceport. On Spaceport, near to the launch towers at this extraction here, the central elevator, a Leaper can be around this area. There's a nice bit of cover just south of that. You can kind of kill the Leaper from and just hit the extraction straight away. But what I'm going to show you is on Damn Battlegrounds. One can spawn again at an extraction. It's the water treatment elevator here in the center of the map. There's great cover around here. We can take the Leaper out and hit the extraction straight away. They don't always spawn there though, so if we go in and it hasn't spawned, we can just extract, come back in and try again. Other locations on the dam where a Leaper can spawn, he can spawn here near the hydroponic dome complex. He can also spawn here in the Red Lakes as well, but this is the one I like to get him to spawn on at the water treatment elevator. We've actually bumped into a Leaper on our way over there at the Red Lakes. He's not normally up here, he's normally down there. I'm going to show you how to kill him with cover, and then I'll show you the location of where best to do it. You see how quick he goes with the hole cracker. Anything like this with cover is perfect. You just want to aim for his eye with the hole cracker and start shooting. And when you're in cover, he can't get you, so he's really easy to kill. You just gotta try all sorts. He'll actually start running away from you when you do so much damage. There you go, now he starts to run away. I think he's actually jumped down there. Oh, he ran a mile away. We were over there. He jumped down here, but we can finish him now. There we go. They're as easy as that with the hole cracker. It doesn't take too much. Make sure you search every single part when you do take them out, though, because you can get multiple Leaper pulse units off of them. There's a minimum of one, but I think the maximum I've had before is 3 of them. You'll always get one in his main hole. So make sure you search that first, put it in your safe pocket. You can get up to 3. I've had 3 off one before. But you're more than likely going to have to kill multiple of these to get the 4 that's required. So that's the one that should have been at the Red Lake. So what I'm going to do now is just take you over to the area I suggested and show you a nice easy way to do it on the extraction if it spawns there. So one hasn't spawned on the extraction on this run, so I can't show you, but here we are at the water treatment elevator. It'll be around this area. You'll hear him. What you want to do for a nice easy kill is shoot at him and take cover in between these containers here. These containers are just sort of like southeast of the extraction. They aren't too wide where you can get into when you're crouched, so from here you could just keep on shooting his eye like you just saw me do in that field depot that we used. Nice and easy kill. Again, they tend to run away when they're nearly dead, so you might need to chase it down and kill it. But once it's dead, you can loot it and you can get straight on out of here. Once you have enough Leaper pulse units, you are done. You can level up the utility station to level 3. And that is max level. And we have maxed out every single bench. Workbench is only level 1. We got a level 3 explosive station, gear bench, gunsmith, medical lab, refiner, and utility station. I hope this video has been helpful. We didn't cover Scrappy today. I did Scrappy in a separate video, so if you're wondering where is the Scrappy guide, I will link it in the video description. Go and check it out. But thank you so much for watching. Support the video with a like and a comment. Subscribe for more Arc Raiders content as well, and I'll answer any questions that you have in the video comments if you want to drop a comment. But thank you for watching this, and until next time, take care.